Welcome to Intro to WordPress Part 2. If you've watched the first part of this series, which I really recommend you watch, it was more about the terminology of WordPress and the things that you need to know if you want to start a WordPress website. If you haven't watched it, I recommend stopping this video and watching that video first. The link will be in the description. But assuming you have watched it, let's progress on with actually going into the WordPress platform. And in this case, I wanted to show you the shift that you get with WordPress when it comes to themes, and also show you exactly where are all the settings that we talked about in the first one. What does the pages do? What does the posts do? How you can delete things permanently, how you can play around with your media, delete the entire website if you don't want to. Where are all those little SEO spots in your website? And I'm going to do that by installing WordPress and then using the most basic theme from WordPress, which I hate, and then installing, I don't know, some kind of a basic theme to see how things change on the dashboard, and then installing a more progressed theme. Let's call it a more complex theme. In this case, I'm probably going to be using Kadence and using Elementor, just to show you the basics of importing demo content and using Elementor. The original video was filmed several months ago and it was uploaded to my Patreon, so I'm kind of repurposing it right now for YouTube, which is why I'm going to take several things that might have changed since, and I'm going to pop right back in here and talk about it a bit more with these changes. Now we're going to go over to my screen. Before we do that, I feel like I forgot to say something, and that is to introduce myself. So, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mero and I teach creative people how to sell their art online, and this is Intro to WordPress Part 2. Let's get started. So the first thing I'm doing is going to Hostinger. That's my chosen hosting service. It starts from $3 a month with 3 months free. I think this is a few years of a plan for hosting, which you will get a free domain as well as SSL and email, and we have 10% discount on top of that for community members with a link down below. And basically what you need to do is to claim the deal. Now, when I claim the deal, we can see here the pricing. And again, this will be different for different hosting providers. Let's go and try out GoDaddy, even though I don't really recommend them because I've had a personal bad experience with them, but for some people that could be okay. You can see here that let's go to their hosting prices, web hosting, WordPress hosting. It starts from £5 a month. We have £7 a month and 9 and 22. And if I'm looking at Hostinger, the more long you buy the package, if it's for a few years, then the more you can do with it. The premium one lets you have a free domain as well as free email, free SSL. And this one, you can basically create your own website. It's very, very, very simple. With the other plan, you have a bit more of a storage space. It's more optimized for WooCommerce than the other one. You have daily backups and not just weekly backups, which I find to be very, very useful in case we break things. Once you decide to add to your cart one of these packages, needing to choose if you're going to get it for 1 month, for 2 months, for 3 months, and then you get to choose your free domain. Now, let me just log into my account, as I already have one of these programs here waiting to be set up. So this is something that you'll see after you purchased. So I'm going to quickly go to setup, start now, and see what I want to do. Do I want to create or migrate a website? Migrating is if you already have your website on a different platform, for example, on Bluehost or on GoDaddy, but in this case, we're creating a new website. I'm choosing here to go with WordPress and not with Hostinger Builder with AI. There was a full tutorial on Hostinger Builder with AI, but that's a WordPress. Or in fact, you know what? I'm going to skip this and start it from scratch, just in case you already bought a package and you don't know how to install WordPress. And I'm going to claim my free domain, which you get when you purchase a hosting package. Honestly, I don't know what kind of domain I want to get because this is a demo that I'm doing for you guys, but I'm just going to get mearroyo.net. Do I want mearroyo.net? Yeah, I want mearroyo.net. I already have mearroyo.com. Why not? The domain is available. I'm going to stop right here. I know it's very soon, and that is because when I was making this video for Patreon, I asked people if you guys want me to make a video that talks about how to choose a domain name or a shop name. And a lot of people said yes, which is why I made that video over on YouTube, and that video is already available, and there will be a link to that video down below. Continue. Ta-da! Now I'm blocking my address because you need to select your profile of where this domain is registered to. If you guys remember in the previous video, I mentioned that a domain is kind of like your address or your deed to the house. So it has to have your details on it. So in here, you put your address. Mine already exists because I'm already using Hostinger for a while. So I'm just going to finish registration. And now I need to finish my setup. Initializing setup. Uploading files. Updating credentials. I think I should make like an ASMR channel from my building websites. Okay, I can look at my website or go to the control panel. So I'm clicking on command when I click to open this in a new tab to see what it does. And that's a default page. You're all set to go because there is nothing here. And I'm going to go to my control panel for this website. And this is something you'll see. And for a lot of you guys, this is TMI. First thing first, you can complete your setup for an email service for this. And the setup is, you know what, let's just set it up because it's really, really easy. And I feel like, having a custom email is really good. You can do the Teton free email for $0 a month. Let's select this one. And in here, you can choose how the email starts. It's going to be like, I don't know, may@mayoyo.net, password, and again, another password, and create a new account. And you can always log into this email account from your Hostinger dashboard. Going back to the fact that my website is ready and to manage my website, what you have here is a lot of mumbo jumbo that you don't need to do anything with. And I kind of urge you to not play around with this too much. I know that I always tell you to play and click on buttons. We had an alert here that SSL was installed. That's nice. SSL is the security of the website, that little lock icon that means that the website is secure. So that was installed. And again, I'm always telling you guys, play my favorite game. What does this button do? Don't play this game with your hosting service or with any piece of code because you might end up not seeing your website or having it point to somewhere and do a lot of things you don't understand. In this case, what I recommend is to go to websites. That is here. And you have auto installer. Basically, this will install WordPress, WooCommerce, Joomla, or other. We have other CMSs? What other CMSs do? Oh, wow, they have a lot of CMSs. You know how I told you, like, you have Wix and Shopify and CMS? Yeah, there are plenty of other CMSs. I haven't worked with Joomla for years. Kind of thinking to, oh my God, Drupal. Oh, I'm totally going off track with this. My ADHD is so bad. I think I'm just going to play with Drupal and with Joomla for a little while after recording this video because I haven't used them in ages. And again, these are a lot of CMSs, but I prefer WordPress. So I'm going to click on select. WooCommerce is to install WordPress, but then with the WooCommerce plugin to turn it into a store, you can do that after. This is more of a blogging tutorial, so let's go with WordPress. Now, I'm going to have to put in the website title, which in this case will be mayorarroyo.net. For some reason, my administrator email is being blurred on the screen, and this will be my administrator username and my administrative password. This will be the password that I'm going to use to enter to the website, to the WordPress. And don't worry if you forget it, you can always click on forget the password or log in directly from Hostinger. Let's click on next. Now it's going to ask me what language I want my WordPress to be in. You can choose completely different languages. You can also change it after. I'm obviously choosing English. It's going to put me on the maximum PHP version of WordPress, which is 3.2.99. Oh, wow. I remember the days of 1. I want everything to update automatically. I really like it, but only update to minor versions. And we'll talk a bit more about that when we see like the version that we have of WordPress or the version of plugins. We often need to, update them the same way that you'll update the app of Facebook on your phone. And we are installing WordPress. I told you we don't need to go to WordPress.com or WordPress.org or go anywhere. Everything is being done from the hosting service. That is, of course, if your hosting provider supports WordPress, which most of them do. It's not giving me anything interesting to narrate, like installing WordPress. Okay, now let's go to mayorarroyo.net. Enter. My website is secure and I am installed automatically by default to the WordPress 2023 theme. Now, if I want to log in to my user, I don't know if you can see here. Hello, tada. I will do /wp-admin admin. That will send me into my login page where I will put my email and password here. And I already forgot my password. Okay, this is going to be a nice one. I lost my password. How did I already forget it? Oh my God, I feel so dumb right now. I got my password reset link and that password was weird. So I'm just going to change it. Okay, my password is strong. Yes. And save. And now I'm going to log in. Honestly, I thought about cropping this part out, but no, this is so much fun. Okay, log in. And save this. Yes, please save this. Welcome to WordPress. Learn more about version 6.31. Okay, and as you know, if I click on this and I'm going to click on Command or Control in your case or whatever it does, open link in a new tab, this will be the link to the website. We can close these. I don't need them. And let's look at what we have in the dashboard and understand what's going on. By the way, this entire process took like about 20 minutes or 10 minutes to get here from the beginning of everything. I don't know how long it took in the shot before I took out like some pieces for editing, but it's roughly 15 minutes to get your website, to purchase hosting, get a domain, and get WordPress on it. It's very painless. Here we have the dashboard with home and updates. It does tell me that we need to update this version of this plugin for spam protection. We don't have to update now if we don't want to, but if you want to update it, all you have to do is click here and click on update plugin. That's it. Let's move on to the next step here, which is post, which if I hover over, you can see all posts, add new categories and tags. If I click on it, it will send me to all posts. I only have hello world and I can edit it here. Welcome to the block editor. And this is the default WordPress editor where I can add an image. I don't have anything in my media library. And of course, upload image in a correct way, not the way I'm doing it right now, because now I'm just doing something dumb. And I'm going to update this. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to show you more on how to build your actual blog post when I narrate building my entire website. I can also quick edit, which means I can change the title to Hello You. And here I can change the slug. The slug is this text that comes up here, a part of this text. See, hello world, it was hello world. Let's change it to hello you and update it. And now you're going to see that if I go to this post again, it's going to say hello you. By the way, it's also giving me all of this jumble here, which I don't want, and I'll show you in a minute how to remove in the settings. In Quick Edit, I can also change the date of the post or put it under password protection. If I want to give like exclusive content for people with a password, I can also select a different category. I will be able to do that once I set up more categories and write down the tags to this post. I can also choose if I want a blank template or default one. I don't want to allow comments. I don't want pings, or I can change the status to draft or pending review. Doesn't really matter in this case. We'll talk more about this when we have something actual to do. If I click on add new, it's literally going to open a new WordPress post. And if I click on categories, this is my place to update categories for my blog. So let's say in this blog post, you are promoting everything relating to cats. So we'll have a category called gifts for cat moms or something like that. The slug is probably going to be the same thing. If you don't put anything here, it's just going to take the gifts for cat moms here. And here you can write a description of what is in this category. Now, if you don't want to write a description yourself, I found that ChatGPT does a really good work with that. It's actually kind of awesome. Write me a short 2-sentence paragraph for a blog category about gifts for cat moms. It actually does a really good job with that. Discover the perfect gift for cat moms. La la la. I'm just going to take this. You can edit it. I recommend editing it, but for now I'm just going to throw it here. Add category. As you notice, gifts for cat moms appears here, which is very important. Cat themed accessories. These are a lot of keywords that are really important. Cat moms. These are keywords that are important. And we can add more and more categories here. Now, if I go back to all posts and click on quick edit, you can see that I can, for example, put this in the gifts for cat moms category. Moving on to tags, which we do not have because we need to put them in a post. Let's go back into a post, click on it to edit it, go to our post, tags, add a new tag, cat mom gift ideas, gifts for cat lovers, and update, and go back to WordPress, go back to tags, and now we'll have cat mom gift ideas, and we can edit each individual tag to have a more description. There is so much space for keywords in this entire thing. So I want you to really pay attention to these, because I know that a lot of times people just randomly put tags for each and every post, not thinking about the fact that tags come with information of their own, and I really recommend to have a better practice on that. I will try to maybe provide you with a video or with a post and how I do some SEO research. Also, let me know if that is something that is interesting to you in the comments down below, and how I take that SEO research and talk about categories and tags. Moving on to a different section that we have here under posts, which is media. We have library and add new. Add new is also here. So many buttons and commands on WordPress will appear in multiple places. The only media file that we have here is this one. Let's say I upload it, but I want to crop it. I will go to edit image. I will select this part and click on apply crop and save edits. And now this will be the photo, not the other one. I can also add an alternative text, which is alt text, which is basically what Google reads this image to be about, as well as what people see when they hover over the photo. As I said in the previous video, this is very bad. This was the name of the file on my computer. It should have been, actually it says all videos banner. It's actually not that bad. But again, uploading photos only when they're saved on your computer with the correct name. More on that when I build my actual blog. Otherwise, this video will take forever. You can also add a caption, something that I want to be written under that photo, or a description of the photo. And if I want to add another media item, let's say I'm going to go here and add this guy. And we're done. Now let's say I want to delete one or two of them. I can just click on one of them and delete permanently. Now, this is a part where things get tricky, because we only have two media files here, but you're going to see once we upload a lot of themes, a lot of them come with their own photos, and then the media is going to get crowded, and then it's really important to do that reset thing. You can also upload video files, audio files, and PDFs. However, I recommend to not upload video files directly here. Most people upload them to YouTube and integrate them. Moving on to our next section, which is pages. The only page that was created here automatically was privacy policy, and it's under draft. Let's click on preview and see how that page looks like. So who we are, suggested text, comment, suggested text. It's actually like something that was made with WordPress, and it's kind of cool as a privacy policy, but I recommend getting those elsewhere. You're also going to want to have an affiliate disclaimer, product disclaimer, and a bunch of other things like terms of service, cookie. We want to add a new page, so I'm going to click on add new, and I'm going to write about, and this is going to be an about page. And I'm going to ask ChatGPT, because again, this is not a real project. I asked him to write me a 2-paragraph about page for a blog about gifts for cat lovers. Awesome sauce. I'm going to be using ChatGPT a lot here, not because I use it in real life for a lot of things, but because if I had to write everything down, it will not be a tutorial on the actual functions of WordPress. Let's say I'm going here, clicking on the plus sign, adding an image, upload from my computer. Let's take intro to WordPress. Of course, that's very relevant, and click on publish. Now, if I'm going to go back to WordPress, if you look at quick edit for about, there is no category here. Pages do not have categories, they do not have tags. That's pretty much the same that we've seen so far. The date, changing the title, changing the slug, putting it under a password, or placing it under some kind of parent, which in this case, it's main page. That's how it should be. Moving on to comments, we have an example comment here, which we can promptly trash. And you're going to get a lot of spam comments, a lot of spam comments, which is why one of the plugins that I recommend is to block comments on your WordPress website. I think that comments were more important a few years ago, but now a lot of them are just spam, so it's up to you if you want to have them or not. Here is your control for my comments, pending comments, approved, spam, or trash. If you throw anything to the garbage on WordPress, it's going to be saved in trash, and if you don't want to take up space, just empty your trash. That goes the same for posts. If I had a post that I threw away to the trash, like this one, it's going to appear on trash, and now I can either empty the trash or restore it and put it back. Why did I click on add new? I didn't want to do that. Now on pages, we can also have a page for a blog and a page for a home, and I want you to see how that would look. Let's quickly edit the about page and call it home, just so you'll see how that looks. Let's update this. Let's add a new page and call it blog and just publish. I'm not doing anything. I'm just calling it blog and publishing it. Okay. Moving on to appearance. In appearance, we have theme and editor. If I'm going to editor, it's going to take me to some kind of an overview on the website, which I will be doing in a few seconds. But for now, we have these themes. This is a place where we install themes, and I'm going to head back to the editor in a second after I finish the rest of these. Plugins. Everything that is operated on this website right now, you can see that the Hostinger plugin is active. The Lightspeed Cache plugin is active. The Hello Dolly that symbolizes hope and enthusiasm, I've actually never focused on what it does. It's on, but it's not active. Also, the Askimat anti-spam spam protection is not active. We can update it now, which, by the way, the minute you update, don't do anything else while you're updating it. We can also activate this if you want. Eliminate spam. We need to set up our Askimat account. I'm not going to do it at the moment. I'm going to go back to plugins. Okay, let's deactivate it because it's going to annoy me. If you want to add a new plugin from here or from this spot here, you can upload your own plugin in a zip format if you downloaded from anywhere or purchased it, for example, from ThemeForest or from Code Canyon, or find a bunch of plugins that you might want here. I already know that I'm probably going to want to use the Reset plugin. It's one of my favorite plugins whenever I'm playing around because I'm installing a lot of things. I don't recommend it much to everyone because it literally deletes everything. So I have the Reset plugin and I can activate it. It's not going to destroy your website. It's just activated here. Now, I can add a lot more other plugins. I can add Elementor, but again, Elementor will also be added when I update some kind of theme. So for now, I'm not going to touch any of the plugins because I like to choose the plugins based on the theme that I will have. Moving on to users, you can see here my user with my email that is blocked out, and you can add a new user. And why would you want to do that? Let's say someone is helping you with updating the website. You can put in their username, email, first name, last name, what their website is. If you have multiple writers, if it's a magazine, and you can also say what that user is. If the user is an author, they can write stuff, they can edit stuff, or they can admin the website. These are levels of control. So if you have other people writing for you, you can put them as author, but then what they write is not going to appear on the website. You're going to have to approve this as an editor. If you put someone as an editor, they can approve posts and pages and update them on the website, but they cannot, for example, do admin things like change the design. Or if someone else is your admin, which that will be the case, for example, if you're creating another user for the person who is building your website. This is actually something that I recommended my clients do for me. Instead of me constantly logging in from their username, they made me an admin on their website. I finished building everything. And at the end, they deleted me as admin, adding all of my blog posts and pages as if they were the authors of it. Here we have a profile, which is basically how you're going to see the admin page. Ooh, I forgot how much fun this is. Oh, I want to do this one. Yeah, you want red? Perhaps this, modern. Blue, ocean. Let's go with ocean. I have a user account at WordPress, so my photo already appears here automatically, and I'm going to update my profile. This is how I see this. If I had an admin here, they could see the entire WordPress in their chosen color. Moving on to tools. So we have available tools, which I've never done anything with. We have import and export if you want to import data from another website or export your data somewhere. Site health, which for now shouldn't have any issues because we've done nothing. Export personal data, erase personal data. WP reset appears here. It was not here before, but it appeared here after I added it as a plugin. Theme file editor and plugin file editor. I am going to say this once. Do not click on those. They go here. Heads up, you're about to enter the code. I understand. If you touch something here, there is a lot of code here, a lot of code. If you touch something here and you break your website, you're going to have to go back to your hosting and get the backup from the previous day before you broke your website. I do not recommend touching the code. Let's go to settings. We have here general, which is basically what is the URL, the address of the website. And here we have the date format for everything. You can choose for it to look like this, whatever you want to look like, and the time format. When does your week start? On a Monday. It's important if you're going to present a calendar, for example. Let's save changes. And writing. So the default post category is going to be blog. We can change it. The default post format can be one of these. Most of you are never going to use that because you're going to be using Element or on your theme. We have the mail server, the login name, the password, and a bunch of code. Do not touch anything on this page, pretty much. Reading. Now, your homepage can be a collection of your latest posts or a static page. Now, if I choose for my main page, let's go to my main page. My main page now features the posts. If I go here and I choose that I wanted to present a static page, my home page, for example, is going to be home, and my post page is going to be blog, save changes. I can go to my website and refresh. And now my home page is featuring the About section because I decided to call it home. Now we can choose to show as many posts as we want. We can choose to show full text or just the small piece of the text. This is what I recommend. And if you click here, you're asking search engines like Google to not look at your website. Do not do that. Save changes. Moving on to discussions, and this is all about comments, which I personally don't like. I do not like having comments at all, and I'm going to install a plugin to disable comments later. I'm just not going to have them show at all. Media, these are some of the default settings of how photos will appear. So for example, if you upload a very big photo, you can choose to show it in a specific size. And permalinks is one of the things that I usually change the most when I come to anywhere. If you look here, basically it's index.php/blog, and I like it to just be the post name. Save. Let me just quickly open that hello blog post that we did. Hello. It's on draft. Quick edit. Let's publish it. Update. I'm going to put it in the blog category for now, just so things will be easier for us. Let's refresh. And as you can see, now it says just blog here. However, it's not actually working the way I want it to work. This is the very basic theme of WordPress, which none of you should be using. We have privacy, which is privacy settings. Usually we don't touch those. And Lightspeed cache, which we usually do not touch. These are settings for the system that you do not need to touch. One thing that you can use to control your website is going to be under Appearance and Editor. This is not a code editor. This is editing the design and the layout of everything. We have here navigation, which is menus. We can add a menu item here, but it's going to be super clunky, and super weird, and I do not like using this navigation. They changed it previously. However, in the themes that I'm using, it hasn't changed, which is why what we're going to do now is start with a theme, because everything we're going to do here is pointless. No one is going to use this theme. I really do not recommend using it. You can see here the 2021 version and the 2022. So let's click on add new theme, and there is a world of free themes that you can choose from. You can also filter them using this filter, but I'm going to kind of skip this. We have latest themes, which I don't recommend you use because most of them will not have any reviews or information because they're the latest one. You have block themes, which are basically built with blocks, and favorites, which we don't have here. Popular themes, I wanted to go with Ash. I think I used a design with Ash a while ago, and I'm going to go with that. Let's see the details and preview. So Ash theme comes with a title, it has a photo here. It will present several blog posts here, another blog post, another blog post, another. It's basically just turning the entire homepage into a blog with your own sidebar here, as well as night mode. That's kind of cool. And you know what? I don't know if I want to install this one. Let's check out another one like Ogma blog, details and preview. You can also see who made this theme and how it's going to look like. I think I used to go with, I'm trying to remember the name of the magazine theme I used to use many years ago. It was kind of cool. We have glowing blog. Also Riverbank. Oh, this one looks nice. Let's detail and preview. Has 7 ratings and 5 stars. So this is an organic theme for Gutenberg. So it's with the Gutenberg editor. You know what? Let's give it a shot. I already know I'm going to use Elementor later. Let's just have fun installing this one. Once we've installed, we actually have to activate. And this is our theme. Now, install and activate Otter blocks. Otter is a Gutenberg blocks page builder plugin that adds extra functionality. Okay, let's do that. Let's install it. We are following the directions of the theme. And now we can visit our website. Let's have a look. Opa. And it literally says what it says. An organic theme for Gutenberg, lorem ipsum dolor sit emet, which is, for those of you who don't know, it's a content filler, lorem ipsum. I have friends who can tell you the lorem ipsum, who can literally read this to you. And this is basically a way to, oh, there's so many ads. Let's go away from here. This is basically a generator of words to fill out spaces. As you can see, lorem ipsum dolor sit emet. It basically fills out a page. We have here what we did have in the homepage. Remember, we had this in the homepage and now it appears here. We have here more photos, more text, footer, footer, footer. And we have home, which is this one. We have blog, which does nothing. And we have patterns, which does nothing. Okay, let's go back to theme and customize this theme. And that puts us in the editor again, looking for template parts, find them in patterns. Okay, we're going to go here. We have navigation, page list. Let's open that. Blog and home. Okay, let's edit this. We can add more. I don't know for some reason why it doesn't actually show the correct navigation when we were on the navigation. Let's make it like this. And let's go back. It's still showing it here. It's very clunky. I'm telling you in advance, it's very clunky. Let's go back and get out of navigation. I really kind of don't like these themes because they don't really behave the way you want them to behave. We have styles, so we can switch to this one. Let's save this style, for example. We have pages, homepage, and we can edit our homepage, edit the template, continue. This is a lot of mumbo jumbo for someone like me who doesn't like editing, but again, we can see already that I can type in, hello, welcome to my Arroyo, and I can put the learn more here to be a link to Instagram or something. Okay, let's save and get back to our editor. The editor here is one of my least favorite editors. I feel like this is something that happens in the basic ones. I haven't seen this one much on Astra, and it's not something that I really like. This is editing your 404 page, which means if someone comes into your website with a broken link, this is what they're going to see, and you can actually edit this as well to send them somewhere. We have single post templates that you can edit if you want to. And I feel like, again, this is a lot of you playing around to see what you want to do. Let's get out of the design and go back to the website. And we can check here to see if any of the things here have changed. For example, if we're going to go to plugins, we're going to see that we have here the Otter page builder blocks plugin, and it's also here, which again, I do not like, I do not recommend. I hate working with these kind of themes. I feel like there are a lot of themes in the market right now. Using Gutenberg is one of my least favorite, and I really don't like how these themes work. If you manage to work with them and you like them, go for that. I mean, it does look kind of nice. I can edit the page, basically edit the part of the page that I wrote myself and not edit the actual page, because editing the actual page will be done from the editor, which also now, if you notice, we have menus here, which we did not have before. And we can click on this menu and add a post to it. For example, add to menu, create menu. And now we choose that this is my primary menu and save. And this should have appeared here, but for some reason it doesn't, because this theme is horrible. Which, by the way, I'm kind of happy it happened, because it happens a lot. So many themes have different ways of working with them. If I give a tutorial on a theme and you work on another, it's a different one. And if you really want to use this theme, I'm pretty sure that if you go to YouTube and search how to work with this theme, you're going to find tutorials. But for me and Gutenberg, that is it. I do not like it. What I am going to do is I'm going to erase all the information that is here. So I'm not going to have anything that I don't need by opening the WP Reset tool. Do not need to pay for it. Nope. I'm going to go down and I'm going to go to Site Reset. I do not want to reactivate the current theme. I do want to reactivate the W Reset plugin. And I'm going to type in reset here. And it's going to reset everything, which means that the photos I uploaded will be deleted and the about page that I made with the help of ChatGPT will be deleted. And if we go to post right now into categories, we will not find the category that we updated. If we're going to go to pages, we will not find the about page that we updated. We pretty much reset our own website to this. The reason I'm doing it because I want to put in one of the themes that we talked about. If we change this, see? Let's go to Astra. Kind of like them. Okay, let's play around. Why am I seeing this so small? Hello. Thank you. Let's go with Astra or Kadence. Which one do you like? Kadence. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but it changed my ePRO, which now that I look at it, it's kind of annoying. I'm going to go back to Prem links and put them on post name because that's what I like best. And I'm also going to go to users and profile because that was really cute. Come on, you have to say update. Okay, I'm ready now. Let's go and look into Kadence, for example, and check out the process of what we have here. We have a lot of nice starter templates. Yeah, a lot of nice starter templates. I like them. And to be honest, I just want to show you how this works. I think this is a really nice one. It's for an influencer. That could work. You also have one for an interior designer, which I really recommend trying to look at what they think this should be for. This is for donations. This is for municipality, because the people who designed these themes did them for a purpose, meditation course. So if what you're going to do is pretty much showcase products for home decor, you can look here. I've had people asking about the design part. I really like clean design, which is the case that we have here with this one. We also have Cancer Fund, so everything is pink in this case. Pet Groomer. Oh, and that's lovely. I love that theme. I actually really do like this theme. We have Cooking Course. We have a bunch of, I'm sorry, not theme, template. Oh, I was wrong. Travel blog. You know what? That seems nice. But in any case, the way to do all of these or to update all of those is through appearance and themes. And I am going to destroy this. Theme details. Delete. Goodbye, Riverbank. I hated you. Add new theme. And here you can see we have Astra, we have Kadence, and we have Ocean WP. They're literally on the top. We also have a low Elementor, which is a very basic, just Elementor theme. I do not recommend paying for Elementor. That is a cost that a lot of you don't need to have, and I myself canceled paying for Elementor. Details and preview of Kadence. I don't actually need details and preview. You know what? I just need to install it. Doesn't look like much, does it? It looks like pretty much nothing. And then activate. Now looking at our website, it looks like this. Nothing much, especially not like any of these pretty things. However, if I go into my dashboard, you can already see that we have an announcement here. Thanks for choosing the Kadence theme. Want to get started with beautiful starter templates? Let's open them in a link. Install the Kadence Starter Template plugin. And this is what I want you guys to understand. A lot of times people stop at this place and just ask a question when it's telling you what to do. Let's install Kadence Starter Templates. A lot of the systems are going to tell you what to do next. Okay, present to me here again, sorry to barge in, but I have 3 things to say at this point. The first one is that, again, this video was filmed a while ago with Kadence not having AI features. I chose to still keep this video as it is because their starter templates are still good, and I wanted to focus on showing the starter templates. The second thing I want to say is that in the next 2 videos coming up, I'm guessing in a week or so, of me creating a blog and making blog posts, I will be using the Kadence AI features, so it's not going to be an exact video from Patreon, but a whole new video that no one has ever seen. And the third thing that I would like to say is that I'm currently using the free Kadence theme in this video, but since then I have decided to start working with Kadence more closely after checking out the pro features of multiple other freemium themes like Kadence and finding Kadence to be the best. There is a link down below for $20 discount on your first year with Kadence Pro. and they have a pending Black Friday sale. So if you're watching this video on the time that it's aired, I recommend checking out the Black Friday sale. And if you're not, well, $20 off is also a cool deal. And now back to choosing my template. Here we can see templates for Gutenberg editor, which I don't like. I like the Elementor one. So let's switch. Now the ones that say Pro are not free. The ones that say nothing are free. Pro ones is if you're a Pro member, but I think that we can find enough of the freebies to go along with, even though again we have a lot less of them here. And again, this will also have to be based on the type of blog you want to have. Let's see, the Gutenberg are just so nice, so much nicer, huh? Even though again, these were Pro, everything I liked was Pro, other than the influencer and the interior designer, but I really hate working on Gutenberg, so I'm going to go with Elementor, and I'm going to choose real estate. We have gourmet burgers, course, online course, print shop. This kind of looks like Printful's homepage or one of those Chinese suppliers. We have a freelancer one. We have Control B for some reason. Law firm. This is like just a dark one. Resto, web agency. I just want something to blog. I just want something to blog, and I already feel like I'm regretting this. Let's check out the real estate one. I think I've used this one, you know? I think I've used this one in one of... I think this one is the one I have with Think Wallart, actually. Yeah, I think it's this one. Huh. Well, let's go with that one. The minute I chose this one, it's asking me for my color scheme. So, for example, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I don't know if you can see all the changes. Let's go to a place where they're more visible, like here. It changes the color of the website. You can also have dark colors. You can change them manually after. A lot of people just randomly choose colors and fonts for their blogs, and if this is something that you're just playing around with, go for it, have fun. However, if you want to take your business seriously, there is something called a design language or the brand identity, in which case colors and fonts are a very big deal. And I'm thinking about making a full video about creating a design language. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below if that is a video that you want me to make. But a small spoiler from that future video is a tip from me. Let's say you're planning on having a blog and you also have like a shop on Fourth Wall or a shop on Shopify, and you want to use social media like Pinterest or Instagram. I really recommend when you choose your fonts to make sure that they're available on all of these spaces. So for example, they're available on the theme, they're available on the Fourth Wall store and on Canva. And that way you'll have this unanimous look between your social media posts that you create with Canva or with Photoshop or with whatever tool, and your blog, shop, website, whatever. We're going to go back to the video to randomly choose the colors of the theme. At this point, yes, these are the only color options. So if you already have a design language, just go with the one that is closest to what you want to create, because you can change the colors and the fonts after, and I will be showing that in the video. So back to the screen. But if you don't already have your perfect brand with your font and your colors, I really recommend going with this. It will save you a lot of time, and it's already designed by someone who understands design much better than even I do. It's much faster. We can choose our font family. So for example, these fonts, it changes both of them. I want you to notice. These fonts, these fonts, these fonts, these fonts. If you hover over them, you can see the names of them, and I really recommend checking if they're available in whatever you use for design, so that you can create a logo in this or things for social media. So if you're using Canva, maybe check that Nonito and Roboto are available with Canva or with Kittle or on Photoshop, because it will be really nice if your socials like Instagram or Pinterest will have the same vibe and the same fonts as the ones that you have on the website. I kind of like this one. Yeah, Rubik. I like Rubik a lot. Do I have Rubik with something else? Nope, let's go with that one. Okay, import these options for all of the website, not just my name. And now we have to subscribe to import. That doesn't cost money. You're just literally subscribing to use their service, and you're going to get notified about a bunch of other things. And it's installing the activating the required plugins for me to use this entire demo content. I'm reminding you, this is how my website looked like, and importing content. I wish it would change so I can do, I like the important content narration. I feel like I should have like, again, I really think I should have an ASMR channel. ASMR WordPress development. Okay, finished. This is my website, but let's view my website now. Guess what? It says Alan Duncan because that's what it says on the theme. It has, I'm guessing this is supposed to be Alan Duncan, and he's a real estate agent and he has all of these cool stuff. And we immediately have all of these on our website. Some of you might think, oh, wow, what an extensive about page. Some of you might think, why am I doing this? 418 Norman Street. Oh, that's like a specific listing they want to promote. Then we have a blog. We have the hello world here uncategorized, as you can see. But we have all of these articles. Let's go to one of them. It's a full lorem ipsum article with me as the editor of it, written in October 18 of 2020. This is cute. And we have brokerage. Is that a service page? Yeah, I think that's a service page. Case study, a bunch of logos. And I feel like a lot of time when people look at something and they're not developers or they're not working with it, they're like, oh, this is an about page for this Alan Duncan guy. And it has all of these people who work with him in the company and all of these. But I don't see it this way. I see image in the back, header, subheader, text, header, 6 photos with text, 3 places to write things that I want to write, and everything that you see here, you can remove. We also have a nice footer, by the way. Yeah, I am using it for Think Wall Art. Look. Look. It's the same exact footer area. I was wondering what theme I used for this. Oh my god, I can't believe this happened to me. This was a complete coincidence. And a contact page, which again, you can put your own socials here. You can change this, and I'm going to quickly show you how this changed my entire system here, which now will look a little bit different because if I'm going to go to my posts, you can see that I actually have posts here. I also have a post in the trash. That's the previous hello world, I'm guessing. We also have categories also filled out, like home financing and home buying and home selling, which would have been amazing, by the way, if you're a realtor, because you already have all of these filled out and you can just edit them, edit the small details in them, but I don't want them, so I can just delete them or rename them. We also have tags already here, which I'm going to tell you probably you're going to delete unless, again, you're building an agency to sell a bunch of houses. We also have all of the photos here in the media, which again, this is why it's important to have the reset plugin in case you updated this theme and you really don't like it and you want to change it to a new one. Deleting all of these is going to be kind of a hassle, and you're going to have to delete all of the posts and all of the categories and all of the pages, which are a lot of pages. And we have here fluent forms. This is where the contact form comes in place. We have here so many global settings for their fluent forms, like where everything is going, and a lot of settings, including, by the way, we also have Elementor immediately installed. And if you look at our plugins, the plugin page looks completely different with the Kadence starter templates, which we can deactivate. We don't need it because we already have a template. The fluent forms, which is where we get the contact page form from. We also have Elementor that is already installed, and Elementor can be accessed here, even though in a lot of cases we will not actually be accessing Elementor from here. We have so many different things here because we installed a different theme. And now if I'm going to go to my appearances and you can see here again, everything here changed, and I'm going to go to customize. I'm going to see the good customization bar of WordPress, which I miss so much because they changed it to the new one. Here I can go and change the colors of everything. Palette 1, palette 2, palette 3. You can stay with palette 1. You can change the site background, content background, title above content background, link colors. I can change the buttons and how they look, and I can also control the entire typography of the website. If I want to use this base font or a different one, like this one. Oh wow, that's horrible. No. this one, and it changes everything throughout the website. La la la. Type 1 is nice. And I can change the heading font family. And here I'm going to stop a little bit, and I feel like I need to explain something. H1, H2, all of these is heading. I feel like a lot of people, when they build their website, they want to make like a post. So when they want to make a title, they put it on bold. So it will be like a title. No, a title should probably be your H2 or your H3. H1 is a heading that Google understands this is the main focus of the website or of the page. It will usually be the title of the blog post or the page. H2 will be subheaders, different things that matter a little bit less than the main heading, but these are like the secondary keywords or the topics of the blog post. Same goes for H3, H4, and all that. And you can have bulk settings for all of them. So I want to show you how this can change things in real life. And maybe I should go to like a blog post because we're probably going to see more here. So let's check out my H1 font, okay? And I'm going to put my H1 font on Arial. See, it changed this because this was set to be H1 font. Now let's go to see what H2 does. I don't think I have H2 on this page, you know? Let's go to the About page. I'm still in the editor, not on the actual website. Let's check out what H2 does. Okay, change this. This was an H2, the featured agents. H3. Did it change anything? I don't think so. But I can already tell you that I'm pretty sure that this is H6 because it's already on Comic Sans. Yep. And this would be H4. Yes. Ta-da! And it basically changes it throughout the entire website. We can also decide that every time we have an H4, we want it to be pink. And every time we have an H6, which was here, we want it to be red. Sometimes it's not going to change everything you're doing because the font color was chosen from the page and not generic. Let's go back. We can click on publish if we want to save our changes, which, you know, we create this horrible combination of red in the middle of the colors, and go back to the second thing we can edit, which is the header. So here we have logo, primary navigation, and social. Logo, primary navigation, menu, and socials. Go here, you can see logo, primary navigation, and social. You can take socials and put them here, and they will appear before our primary navigations. You can also click here and add a search, which will appear here or here if I'm very dumb and I want to annoy people. Now, if I want to quickly edit something, let's hide this. If I want to quickly edit some kind of function in here, I can just click on this and it will take me directly to where it is, which was in the footer. Let's go to our footer, which is down here, and here we are assembling it with widgets, which is basically a spot to add something. Okay, so we have this one, which is footer 3. Got it. That has text, and we can change that text to something about cats. Where was my cat mom? Or anything. I feel like this is a bit of a jumbled up thing, but my main purpose for this is to get you to realize that you can play around, and of course telling you do not play around with that. There are things you should not play around with, there are things that you should, there are things that you shouldn't. Here, for example, in this place we have Facebook, which we can upload our own image, and these are the socials. I don't know if you notice, there are no links for Facebook. Why? Because we set up our social links from here. And in this case, we will put in facebook.com. I do not have Twitter. Not Arroyo. I can add YouTube if I want to, Pinterest, or all of those. Let's publish that and go back. And now these are going to be directing to what I want them to direct. However, again, I just want to go here. I don't remember where it is. There it is. I can delete, I can remove the Twitter one. I don't want it. And I can also, let's delete the YouTube one. I don't want to, let's say I want to add Pinterest. Out of all of these, oh, I want to add Patreon. Nice. This is so cool. And I can change the alignment of these widgets. So I want this widget to be here, and I want this widget to be here, and this to be here. And we're creating something very jumbled up. What do we have a widget for? Do we have anything a widget for? We actually don't have anything. Let's add something, an image. Upload. Let's upload this guy here. And this would be an example of, let's say I want to use this space to promote my featured product or my product of the week. I can add link here. I am encouraging you to play around, not with the code because then you'll break it, but really try and play around and get familiarized with what you can do or your access, because we have so many things that have opened to us just because it's this specific theme, and every single theme is going to have something else. Now, in this case, in this theme, our home page is a static page, which is a page with information, And our posts page, the page that we click on to see all of our blog posts, is called blog. I can change it to my homepage being my latest posts. And in that case, it would feature my latest posts on the main page, and it would look horrible because this theme works on a static page better. Now, how do I edit things here? And that will be the one thing I'm going to do before we go. This is with Elementor. I'm going to go to my website and I'm looking at this page and I'm telling myself, you know what, I want to edit it. Let's edit it with Elementor. Ta-da! I said ta-da too soon. I do not want any more notifications. I can click here. And edit the text you see as the header. I can also click here and edit the text here. I can click on book an appointment, write the text here. The link to booking an appointment would be to my Instagram, even though again, it's not really recommended. And that would be the link. And I can choose for this link to open in a new window like that. I feel like, again, I can make a tutorial about Elementor that would last for 17 hours and I will still not cover everything. I will be showing exactly how I am making a website for myself that will include blog posts with links to my own art, my own products, and affiliate products as well. But for now, I just wanted to, I don't know, make this video to get you to get over the fear of doing these things. Let's say I have this and I don't want it. I'm going to remove it. I can use this spot here. Let's go to the top of my section. Style. This is the photo. It's here. Let's select the photo that I wanted to replace with. And now this is the photo in the back. I really want you guys to get used to playing around with these things, the layout of each section, the style of a section, advanced settings for the section. Moving on to the next section, which is this one. Here, can change the name, can go to this photo, click on it, choose a different one or upload a different one, whether it's with the same size or not. Featured properties can be our best products with a link to their product. So for example, I will go here. This will be one of my featured products. Let's call it, let's go away navigator. Home decor must-haves, or what was it? Christmas gifts. And I'm going to write here, sarcastic t-shirt. I'm going to write here, sarcastic t-shirt. All of your sweaters are ugly, a sarcastic Christmas t-shirt. And the link will be the link to the t-shirt. And I can do this on this page, on the home page if I want to, or I can just click X and delete this entire section. I can click here and delete this if I don't want to. Sometimes when I'm working on a website, I just delete the entire thing and my homepage is basically like links to the other blog categories or to some products. And if you have to look up, for example, because I did this with Kadence, so my homepage in this case was, you know, this banner and then text and text. Can you see the similarity? Where is it? Edit home. Background photo. Let's go back to the initial one before we change stuff. Background photo, text, text. This one had a button. I didn't want a button. Moving down below, I had here this photo of this guy, some information. I didn't want that. And I took all of these and I deleted the photos of them and just turned it into text. And this text actually sends me to a category of a blog post. I used the theme and what it gives me and basically created my own. Following this area, there was also a button. I did not have a button. I basically created this area of text. Where are we? Starter template. Where are you? We have these three here: offices, home, houses, and apartments, which I chose something like this. This goes to Redbubble, this goes to Etsy, this goes to 36. These are all affiliate links. I added sections of my own because I simply wanted them. You are not confined to what your theme does. If you don't like anything here, you go here and you delete it. If you don't like it, obviously, again, this was well designed and maybe it should work for you. Maybe you should want it. But if you don't want it, all you have to do is go here. I want to see my navigator. Sometimes it's really hard to click on the first section up top, so the navigator really helps. I'm going to go and I'm going to choose like some kind of a clean photo just for fun. Select this one. And I am going to make this link to go to my Society 6 store, and then I'm going to put like a pillow from Society 6, and then I'm going to add stuff here. For example, I'm going to add something like this in here. I'm going to drag a photo. I really want you guys to get familiar with this by exploring this yourself, because I really don't want anyone to learn how to do WordPress just from literally copying what I did. Not because I care if you copy my thing or not, but because it's not going to teach you much if you're just going to copy what I do. Let's add a text editor. Let's add a button. Let's say you're also doing something for YouTube. Oh, wow, nice. Let's add an image, a header, a link to a YouTube video, an embed for a YouTube video. There will be a video shown here. Let's add here an accordion, opening up like an FAQ section. Add here a button, and add here socials. Where do we have socials? And a basic gallery, which we have to load. So let's add our basic gallery just to show how it looks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. And this will be here. We have so many things that we can do and change, and I feel like it's really hard to do this without anything to design, so I'll be much more focused. Let's update this horrible thing. Goodbye, beautiful homepage, and hello, crazy, crazy mess. And we're back to me for the last part of this insane ping pong. And what did we learn? We learned how the dashboard of WordPress looks like on a basic themes. We learned where are the pages, posts, SEO, spots, media, plugins, and all that jazz. We learned how to update another theme from the WordPress selection, how to reset if you don't like it. And I really recommend using that reset tool. Start a website, put the theme in, upload a bunch of stuff, of course, nothing too important, and see how it plays out, and then reset everything and choose a different template or a different theme, just to make sure that you're starting your journey with something that you're comfortable with and after checking out all the options. We also saw how an entire dashboard basically changes when you have a more complex theme, and of course we took a quick look into Elementor. As I mentioned, this is part 2 of the Intro to WordPress series, and there is another series coming up in a week or two with how to blog. The first video is going to be on how to create your own blog, and I will be using Kadence AI and actually creating a blog for myself that I'm going to be using in 2025. In the second part, I'm going to show you how to create a blog post, which means how to technically create a blog post, but also what to write about it, mostly focusing on if you want to affiliate anything in your blog or even share products that you're selling on Fourth Wall or Etsy or other marketplaces. The blogging videos are currently programmed to be on the 19th and the 20th of November 2024, and that is actually when the Black Friday deal of Kadence starts, so I really recommend waiting for that one. It's going to be epic, and of course details on that there. But if you're watching this video a little bit after Black Friday and you still want to get a little bit more of a discount, as I mentioned, $20 off for viewers of this channel, and details in the description down below. If you want to make sure to not miss out on new videos, Black Friday deals, or generally discounts and news in the industry, you can do so by joining our community on Facebook or signing up to my free newsletter, which I'm going to be using in a very different way in 2025, mostly for industry news, and I'm actually really excited for that. Let me know in the comments again if you want me to create a design language video or any video that you guys want to request to continue this WordPress series. If you have a question, a comment, I would really like to read it. Even though I'm not always responding to all comments, I always read them all. I always leave on the screen a link to something that I find useful, but I'm not sure what link to put, so I'm just going to put this like video link, and YouTube is going to decide what is relevant to you to watch in your next video. But with that being said, that was it for me for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new or at least entertained. And as usual, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!